Apple has released the most significant new product in the Apple Watch line, arguably since its early days. It's the Apple Watch Ultra, a tough and longer-lasting smartwatch made for adventuring types who need something a bit more rugged. It takes aim at the audience who until now may have not been able to justify an Apple Watch over the best Garmin watch. Those are often the first choice for serious runners, hikers, and folks who want to track more niche pursuits than just running, walking, and cycling. Does the Apple Watch Ultra actually match the best of Garmin? We're going to compare the Ultra to the Garmin Fenix 7. It's not the priciest watch Garmin makes, but it is the high-end model we tend to recommend most often to folks. And at $699 for the standard edition and $799 for the Fenix 7 Solar, it's fairly close to the $799 Apple Watch Ultra. We'll compare their design, GPS tracking accuracy, battery life, smart features, and value for money in order to see how the Ultra stacks up against one of the best adventure watches around. And as always, you can check the pricing of any of these products in the description below, and if I'm able to get any discounts or coupon codes, I'll include those for you as well. Now, let's get started. Apple Watch Ultra vs Garmin Fenix 7 Design. These two watches are of similar size. The Watch Ultra is 0.1mm thinner and their shapes are a little different. Garmin Fenix 7 is round and has a diameter of 47mm. The Apple Watch Ultra is more of a rectangle, 49mm tall and 44mm wide. One dimension counters the other, making them roughly comparable. The Apple Watch is significantly heavier though. It weighs 61.3 grams without a strap. The standard stainless steel Fenix 7 weighs 56 grams, dropping to 50 grams in the titanium version. That may be the fairest comparison as the Watch Ultra has a titanium shell with a ceramic back. Take a closer look and the reason for the disparity becomes obvious. The Fenix 7 is only a partial metal design. Regardless of the version you get, the sidewalls are a plastic polymer. Rugged properties are excellent in both watches. They are each rated for 100 meters water resistance. But while Apple says the Watch Ultra can withstand dive depths of 40 meters, Garmin makes no diving claims for the Fenix 7 at all. We don't think the watch will suddenly fill with water at 40 meters, however Garmin leaves diving properties to its Descent D1 dive and the super pricey Descent MK2. Both of those are dive rated for 100 meters, beating the Apple Watch Ultra. Still, if you're a diver and are only choosing between these two, the Apple Watch Ultra is the obvious pick, and not just for its depth rating. Apple's watch has a depth gauge, a pressure sensor. The Fenix 7 does not, meaning it can't tell you how far under the surface you are. The two watches are made for other inhospitable environments too. They are both rated for use in temperatures down to -20 degrees centigrade, while the Apple Watch Ultra has the upper hand in hot temperatures. It taps out at 55 degrees to the Garmin's 45 degrees. However, we do wonder if the tech inside the Apple Watch may actually contribute to temperature buildup. It has an OLED screen able to reach an incredible 2000 nits in direct sunlight, which will cause additional heat. The Fenix 7's MIP transflective display laps up all the sunlight it can take, with no additional power use. Of course, in reality, the Apple Watch Ultra is likely to significantly reduce the maximum power of its display long before it reaches 55 degrees. Apple Watch Ultra vs Garmin Fenix 7 Battery Life. This is one of the biggest things people want to know about the new Apple Watch Ultra. Unfortunately, the battery life is not something as simple as numbers. This is thanks to Apple's vagueness with their battery specs. Here is what we know. Apple says the all-day use battery life is now double the regular Apple Watch at 36 hours. Later this year, there will be a longer battery life option that will offer up to 60 hours. In that 60-hour battery life arena, that will include a 15-hour workout and things like 600 time checks, 35 minutes of app use, 3 minutes of talk, and 15 hours of sleep tracking, etc. They also say there is a low power mode that will let you use it for an Ironman triathlon, with finishing times up to 17 hours. That is great news, but we have to wait and see what Apple will have to disable to allow this to happen. So I think this is fair to say that we are looking at GPS use time either 10 to 15 hours, or maybe a little more in real life use. While this is impressive over the regular Apple Watch, it falls far short of the Garmin Fenix 7, which will give you about 57 hours of GPS use or longer with solar power. The Garmin Epix 2 has an AMOLED display and gives you up to 16 days in smartwatch mode or 6 days in always-on mode. With GPS, you get up to 42 hours or 30 hours with always-on display. This is still at least double the Apple Watch Ultra with similar displays. Winner? Still Garmin with at least 4 times more battery life for workouts than the Apple Watch. But the Apple Watch Ultra will now offer battery life that will work for any marathon and even some ultra marathons and Ironman triathlons. Apple Watch Ultra vs Garmin Fenix 7 GPS tracking. The Apple Watch Ultra introduces multi-bands GPS using the L1 and L5 bands. Garmin started using this tech in 2020 in its standalone GPS receiver, and yep, it's available in Fenix 7 too. Both location systems also support the most important satellite arrays. These are GPS, GLONASS, Galileo, QZSS, and Beidou. Garmin doesn't actually list most of these in the Fenix 7's feature table, but they're accessible using the watch's all-system mode. The watch even adds another array the Apple Watch Ultra doesn't support, India's IR and SS. It is one of the smaller arrays and probably shouldn't sway your decision too much. We haven't tested the Apple Watch Ultra's GPS system in action yet, but past experience suggests we'll see a slightly different style of tracking to Garmin's. Apple tends to snap to roads and paths more than Garmin, which leads to better looking road maps. Apple Watch Ultra vs Garmin Fenix 7 Smart Features. The Apple Watch Ultra has similar smarts to the Apple Watch Series 8. You get access to the best smartwatch app store of them all. You can make calls with your watch. As all Ultra watches have 4G cellular, you don't even need a phone nearby to do so. Apple demonstrated the power of the Apple Watch platform at the launch itself, showing off a third-party app that turns the watch into a dive computer. You can of course also talk to Siri through the watch as it has a triple microphone array and dual speakers. This setup can also be used to send messages using your voice rather than a virtual keyboard. The Watch Ultra also has an ECG heart health sensor and a temperature sensor, which can estimate the time of ovulation in a person's menstrual cycle after the fact. The Garmin Fenix 7's classic smartwatch features are largely limited to receiving notifications from your phone and downloading relatively basic apps from the Garmin Connect store. However, the Fenix 7 does have a bunch of smart features that don't rely on internet access. It can control Garmin Varia bike lights. You can connect to a bike turbo trainer and use the watch to control its resistance, and send custom ride data to it without the need of a standalone platform like Trainer Road or Zwift. A Fenix 7 lets you wirelessly connect other fitness accessories like footballs and heart rate straps over Bluetooth or ANT+. You can download massive map files that cover entire continents and work out routes from point A to B without needing a phone or internet connection. These are not traditional smartwatch features, but they are pretty smart if you ask us. Apple Watch Ultra vs Garmin Fenix price. The Apple Watch Ultra comes in at $799, and that includes the one band and the watch. The Garmin Fenix 7 Sapphire, which has the upgraded GPS receives and more, cost $899. The Garmin Epix 2 with Sapphire cost $999. I'm actually quite surprised at the Apple Watch Ultra's price. I thought it would be $999. Plus, it is the same price as the stainless steel version of Apple Watch Series 8, but with a whole lot more. Plus, the bands for the 45mm Apple Watch will work on the Apple Watch Ultra. Conclusion. The Apple Watch Ultra is an interesting watch with some impressive characteristics. Apple hasn't simply amped up the display and battery life, it also added dive-ready water resistance and a depth sensor, making it a viable tracker for hobbyist scuba divers. Under the water, it is more capable than the Garmin Fenix 7. Out of the water, the Fenix 7 may hold up better for many people thanks to its ultra-long battery life, and that bright outdoor conditions aren't going to impact battery life, unlike the Watch Ultra's 2000 nit OLED display. Apple has successfully chipped away at the argument serious outdoorsy types need a Garmin rather than an Apple Watch. However, we can't help but fail to use Apple's own use case example, that if you're a dive leader rather than someone who does it as a hobby, you'd probably still prefer a pro-level device like the Garmin Descent MK2i. So, that wraps up our video. Hope you found this video helpful, and if so, please leave a thumbs up as I always appreciate that. Also, please feel free to leave a comment, suggestion for future videos or questions you have, as we love getting to respond to as many of those as we can. And if you subscribe to the channel, welcome to our Legit Pick family. We've got lots of more videos coming your way. Till then, stay safe, stay awesome, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.